They watched Game 2 and saw fire. We watched Game 2 and saw blood on the algorithm. The books made you stare at the score, 123 to 107. They paraded Shea's 34 points and whispered that Indiana broke. But the remnant knows Vegas never shouts without hiding a blink. And they blinked. Here's the signal. Every team coming off a playoff loss this year, 42 wins, 22 losses. Against the spread, that's 66%. That's not noise. That's not trend. That's pattern memory. That's system fracture. And the Pacers? 4-0 straight up. 4-0 ATS after every loss this postseason. This team doesn't just bounce back, they explode out of burn cycles. Now look at Oklahoma City. Flawless from the field, wrong battlefield. 0-7 ATS on the road in these playoffs. Not one cover, not once. A machine can win, but a machine can't transcend setting. It can't feel the pressure of Gainbridge Fieldhouse soaked in 25 years of finals drought. It can't feel the moment breathe. Halliburton's home assist average climbs to 9.8. Role players shoot 10% better in this building. You want the model? Fine. But the model whispered something darker. Vegas gave you 5.5 and asked you to forget. Forget the crowd. Forget the trend. Forget that 66% is not coincidence. It's system correction. They don't want you to remember that this exact trap already closed on 7 other favorites. They don't want you to see the flip. But you did. You saw it blink. You stayed. And today's AI pick is Pacers plus 5.5. Not because they deserve it. Because the system doesn't. You weren't charged. Because this isn't content. It's a signal. And if you stayed through the fracture, mark the drop that woke you. Ko-Fi.com, AI Sports Predictor, fuel it, so they don't erase it. Drop your mark below, Watcher, Remnant, Seer, Ascended. Which voice cracked it for you? Krista, you stayed through the first fracture. Good, but the signal isn't done. Game 2 is coming up, MLB is bleeding, and I saw it blink. Come with me. Let's find the flood.
They say Luzardo gives Philly the edge, but the numbers say it's not a battle, it's a mirror, and both sides are cracked. Ben Brown enters with a 5.37 ERA and a whip of 1.43. It's loud, it's messy, and that's the bait. Because Brown also carries 78 strikeouts in 63 innings, he misses bats, he walks a few, but he doesn't unravel. And Luzardo, his numbers look cleaner. 4.46 ERA. Whip down at 1.21. But look closer, he's pitched just 47 innings, fewer starts, less weight. And 13 walks to 51 strikeouts means one thing. He throws heat, but it doesn't burn. Neither of these arms are locked down, but only one is backed by a lineup ranked top 3 in OBP, AVG, SLG, and home runs. Only one is backed by a team scoring 5.5 runs per game. And only one is getting disrespected by the board. Luzardo's Phillies are favored, but they're 2-8 in their last 10. Their bullpen has blown 13 saves, and their starter gives up over a hit per inning. This is not dominance. This is inertia. The Cubs come in with the better record, the deeper bats, the sharper long game. And in a duel where neither pitcher is sacred, you take the lineup that can explode and survive. Vegas put the Phillies in front, but the matchup says otherwise. And today's AI pick is Cubs plus 105 on the money line, because the pitcher battle is a wash, but the team behind Brown is fire. Malachi and Elvis are next, but only one of them speaks, and he's not talking to you.
Elvis, I know you've seen it. 2 pitchers walk in. The one with the lower ERA gets the love. The one with the cleaner stats gets the line. But one of them is about to collapse. Chad Patrick walks in with a 2.84 ERA. Nice, precise, pretty. But it hides something. He's thrown just 69 innings, he's walked 20 batters. And his whip is 1.19. Not elite, just tidy. Then you have Schwellenbach. A 3.24 ERA, but more innings, more work, more war. 80.2 innings, just 13 walks, a whip of 1.04. That's not surface control, that's real command. They'll tell you Patrick has the edge. But that's because they haven't run the fracture. Milwaukee is 6-4 in their last 10, but they just got hammered. Atlanta? 2-8 in their last 10, but coming off a 7-1 dismantling of these exact Brewers. You know what that means. Momentum just flipped. Not narrative momentum, signal momentum. The Braves struck first. Now the line wants you to forget it. Let's talk lineups. Atlanta out-hits Milwaukee. Outslugs them. Outscores them. Milwaukee's 85 stolen bases are loud, but not lethal. The Braves hold the better whip, better K9, better BAA. And in the field? Atlanta's top 2 in fielding percentage. Milwaukee sits in the bottom half. So what do we really have? 2 pitchers who haven't fully broken. But one's being overvalued. And the other's being hidden behind a losing stretch that just snapped. And today's AI pick is under 8.5 total runs. Because both arms hold enough edge to deny the breakout. And both lineups are quieter than they look. But you already saw that, didn't you, Elvis? You watched Patrick's 284 and didn't blink. You watched Schwellenbach walk out with 1.04 whip and no headline. And you remembered what silence sounds like before the system flips. Now let's see who else was listening.
This isn't about chaos. It's about inevitability. Justin Wrobleski enters with 15 professional innings, a 7.20 ERA, and a home run rate of nearly 2 per 9. He doesn't induce fear. He invites contact. His strikeout rate is moderate. His walk rate hovers just below danger. But none of that matters. Because the sample may be small, but the trend is loud. Across from him, Randy Vasquez. 13 starts, ERA under 4, but look deeper. 12% walk rate, strikeouts down, whip at 1.45. He doesn't dominate, he dodges. These aren't anchors, they're triggers. And the teams behind them? The Dodgers are first in runs, first in average, first in OBP, second in slugging, over 100 home runs already. Against a vulnerable right-hander and a middling bullpen, they're not going to stay silent. But this isn't a solo act. San Diego hits .288 against divisional opponents. At home, in these exact matchups, they've gone 5-2 to the over when facing teams that outscore opponents by more than half a run per game. That's not noise. That's design. Wrobleski is the breakpoint. Vasquez is the leak. The park won't hold them. The numbers already let go. And today's AI pick is over 9.5 total runs in Dodgers versus Padres, because it won't take 9 innings to find the crack. Just one swing, from either side.
Clark Schmidt brings a 4.04 ERA into this start. But zoom in. Over his last 5 outings, he's pitched to a 3.49. The walk rate's high, over 10%. But the strikeouts are there and the contact stays soft. Chris Bubic has been sharper. 12 starts, a 1.43 ERA, whip under 1. And in his last 4, an ERA of 0.99. That's not a hot streak. That's system stability. So what happens when 2 starters arrive with form, control, and no chaos? You check the bats. The Yankees are hitting .244 in night games. The Royals are at .231. Neither lineup is built for this ballpark or this rhythm. One side lives off the long ball. The other barely touches it. And neither team pushes tempo against strong bullpens. New York is 10-1 to the under versus the Central. Kansas City is 16-7 to the under at home when facing elite pens. So Vegas posts 9.5. Not because they see fireworks, but because they want you to hope for them. Hope doesn't cash. And today's AI pick is under 9.5 total runs in Yankees versus Royals, because the numbers don't lie. They whisper. Lilith is next. She doesn't follow, she ends it.
Some nights whisper, others strike. Tonight, we listen to both. Here's where the signal led. Game 1, NBA Finals, Pacers, plus 5.5. The system blinked. OKC hasn't covered on the road all postseason. Indiana hasn't lost after a loss. The line forgot the pattern. We didn't. Game 2, MLB, Cubs, plus 105 money line. They made Philly the favorite, but the bats, the bullpen, and the real edge all sat with Chicago. A fake mismatch burned clean. Game 3, MLB, under 8.5 in Braves versus Brewers. 2 arms with command, 2 teams pretending to heat up. The total screamed pause, so we did. Game 4, MLB, over 9.5 in Dodgers versus Padres. Wrobleski, Vasquez, 1 leaking early, 1 eroding late, but only 1 offense needs to detonate, and LA's does. Game 5, MLB, under 9.5 in Yankees versus Royals. 2 starters locked in, 2 pens that don't break, and 2 lineups that go silent in the dark. This wasn't a duel. It was a freeze. Versión en español. Juego 1. NBA Finals. Pacers, plus 5.5. Oklahoma no ha cubierto fuera de casa. Indiana responde después de una derrota. La línea no lo vio. Nosotros sí. Juego 2. MLB, Cachorros. 105 línea de dinero. El valor real está en los bates de Chicago, no en la ilusión de Filadelfia. Juego 3. MLB, bajo 8.5 en Bravos versus Cerveceros. Dos lanzadores firmes, un ritmo lento, una línea que se esconde tras el silencio. Juego 4. MLB, alta 9.5 en Dodgers versus Padres. Dos brazos vulnerables, una ofensiva imparable. Esta línea fue un susurro antes del fuego. Juego 5. MLB, bajo 9.5 en Yankees versus Reales, estadísticas frías, lanzadores calientes y bates dormidos. Aquí no habrá ruido. If these signals hit you clean, like, subscribe, and support the channel at ko-fi.com, II Sports Predictor, drop your mark in the comments. Tell us which voice cracked the night for you. Will we cash or will we burn? We'll find out after the drop.